It's easy to pick out the things in life that matter most, but keeping those things organized can be a real problem. That's where Tonia Tomlin, professional organizer and founder of Sort It Out, and Nicole Arnold, interior designer and founder of Nicole Arnold Interiors, come in. Between Tonia's passion for organizing and Nicole's eye for design, there's no telling how much a little structure and a lot of spackle can do. Welcome to Savvy, Wise, and Organized. And now, your hosts, Tonia Tomlin and Nicole Arnold.
Hello, welcome back to Savvy, Wise, and Organized. I'm here with Tonia and my very good friend. I'm so happy to introduce Michael Bauer, who is the Vice President of Design at the Dallas Market Center.
Good morning.
We're so glad you're with us today.
I'm so happy to do this. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yes.
So excited to have you.
What's led you to this?
Well, I'm telling you, this is kind of a long story, but you know, my brother is an interior designer in Houston. So all my life I was pushed towards interior design, make it look pretty, put it in the right spot, dealing with him, understanding his way of working, which was different than anybody else's that I had ever really known.
Yeah.
So I have to give him a lot of credit for showing me Peyton Bauer from Peyton Place Designs in Houston. He's amazing.
Big brother?
Big brother, yes.
Oh, wow.
Love the big brothers.
And what caused you to not follow in the design, specific design path?
Well, it's not really my gift.
Okay.
Yeah, design is something that I understand, and I know when it's pretty. I'm good with color, but scale and those kinds of things. I mean, that's just not me. I'm more of a talker.
Yeah.
Than a doer.
You are such a good networker.
And networker. I was just going to say that.
It's so
and
easy to get
networker.
to know. That is totally your gift.
Yeah,
You've nailed it. You've nailed it.
I love that because you're so friendly. You know, I remember going to IDS for the first time, and you're just so warm and opening, and somebody in a new space like that. So it's always good to have that friendly smile.
So you've kind of carved yourself a path to be in the industry, but not doing specific design. So you've surrounded yourself in a variety of roles, right?
Absolutely, I have.
Tell us about them.
Well, I started in this industry. I guess it really started when I was a caterer here in town, and it was something just kind of organically went into tablescapes, doing those kinds of things for the clients who we were catering to.
So fun.
And so I was catering to the Dallas Market Center. That was one of our clients.
There's the entree.
Yep.
So that was my entrance. So I did that for 4 years. I mean, catered to the Dallas Market for different exhibitors for a little over 4 years. So I kind of felt like that was my place. I had a great feeling when I walked into that building. Always felt good. Always felt real, like it was my home.
Like you were supposed to be there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So to make this really long story short, I came to work at the Mix and Detail home accent showroom on the 5th floor of the World Trade Center.
Doing sales?
No, actually, yes, I was doing sales. I was showroom manager because I was kind of doing sales, making sure the computers worked, making sure everything was priced. Merchandising, I did some of that too.
Yeah.
So, and then it just kind of kept going. I left the business for about 3 years. Worked from home. Worked actually for Google, contracted for Google. It was completely opposite.
Totally
of what
different.
I loved to do.
Yeah. But that was an experience.
Yeah, it wasn't. I didn't love it. It did what I needed it to do, and it was lucrative. But I never got to even talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Talking to people is kind of like my thing.
I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a call one day from the Market Center, and they said, "Please come to work. We need you to come to work." And I didn't walk. I ran.
Yes.
You
sure did.
I really
did. You started, in a marketing capacity at first?
Yeah, well, when I came into DMC, I was at retail development, which is buyer delivery for the home industry.
Okay.
Well, 2 days after I started, they said, "Oh, by the way, now you're going to do floral and holiday."
Oh, boy.
So I'm like, okay, floral and holiday, I can do that too.
Okay. Yes.
And it's the same thing, relationship. It's relationship building is what I do. So, and that morphed into retail development for interior design and home, and then it kind of just moved over into the design sector, which now I am Vice President of Design for the Market Center.
Well, I have
That's
to
so
say,
great.
the one thing that is so evident, we met probably 3 or 4 years ago through an IDS venture and trying to expand opportunities there. However, it was so evident, your heart just wants to expand exposure in this industry, get designers in the Market Center, you know, just paired up really well so that they can take advantage of all that the Market Center has to offer. And you've really worked hard to make the Market Center more relevant to designers. As a designer, I can say that, truthfully,
yeah, for sure. I think it's
so
overwhelming.
different since you've joined. You've
Thank you.
made such a positive mark on the center.
I appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
It's very close to my heart. I don't know what it is about the building. I think it's probably the design community and making sure that I'm communicating what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
Communicating what the market center wants me to do. It just happens, and I love what I do, and I love who I get to do it with.
Right, and it is overwhelming from, a new vendor or partner that's not in design.
Right.
I felt like it was really overwhelming. So you were able to walk me through, how to shop and what to look for. And it wasn't necessarily because I needed to shop for anything for clients. It was just
Like, what does it mean?
Yeah, what does this mean, and how does this work? And so I think that just educating people who are just, in that vendor level of, wanting to network with the IDS community or the design community, it helped me in learning what this World Trade Center is all about.
Yeah, IDS, actually, everybody in the IDS organization, thank you, Nicole, has took me in and but seriously helped me move along and really grow in myself personally and in my business, in my career. It's like a family to me. I get really weepy when I start talking about all these great people in IDS. So this is just being able to work with them and make them happy in what they're doing. It just makes me happy.
It is a special place because I know and find just in the community being a vendor, I feel so welcomed in that. So I can see how you would think that, and you get those feelings from that group.
Well, it's like with anything. When you have common goals and common objectives, and you put people from regardless what walk of life or what cog in the wheel they play, it's just amazing the result that you can get when everybody comes together with that common vision or that common result, and how much better it can be because of the culmination of all those people.
For sure.
And not just one person's idea driving it and
for sure,
pushing it through.
Yeah, and I moved into these organizations, ASID and IDS and IIDA now, IFDA. There's so many acronyms in our industry.
I know, I get them all mixed up.
That you sometimes not sure which one we're talking about.
Right, sure.
But being able to show the interior design community and help the manufacturers there understand how to sell to the design community. When I was at the Mix, nobody was really selling directly to interior design. It was tough. Designers were treated terribly when they would walk in the door of most of the showrooms. Well, I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that because basically I was
their
just
lifeblood.
right?
That
I
is,
was the clerk
for sure.
there, and I felt like it was my position, and it was my place to make sure that designer got what they wanted. So I started selling just one off. I'll sell one of those when there were minimums, and I was selling under minimum.
Right.
And when you do that, of course, I was able to explain if you buy just one, it's going to cost you more in shipping. So I taught them how to do it. I taught the manufacturers that I worked with how to sell to the design community. They started taking those orders, those onesie orders, which everything adds up.
Right. Speaking of that, you talked about persistence in one of your questions, and I thought, well, this is so just interesting to me because, when you say persistence, what does that mean to you when you're talking about, getting what you want out of this amazing position that you have?
I do have to say that I am like a dog with a bone. I don't really let anything go if I feel like it's the right thing. And of course, I really do communicate with the designers, making sure that I'm doing the right thing. But when there's something that I need, I'm not going to let go. Sometimes I will just back off. After I'm pounding on somebody, I'll back off and start over in a different route. I'll take a different way in just so I can get the end result is what I'm looking for.
Right.
So being able to get the market center, for instance, when I wanted to really work with the design community and strictly do that, I had to talk them into it. I had to move myself into their position.
Different space.
Absolutely. It was all about movement. It was all about timing. Timing to me is everything. When I want to get what I want, it's about timing.
Don't blame you.
That is so true, too.
So tell us a little bit about what this path and the things that have led up to this have done for you in terms of you've walked this path and you're now into the design community deeply in Dallas and connected all over the country, or dare I say all over the world. You've got some global global contacts and things like that.
I do.
What has that done for you personally?
Well, first off, let me just say that it has solidified who I am as a person. I've grown so much in the last 15 years of my life. It really helped me grow into who I thought I was or who I wanted to be. And that's exactly what's happened. It's moved me into who I want to be as
That's
a person.
awesome.
I want
So
to
great.
be. I want to be kind to people because I treat people the way they want to be treated.
And they
Not
remember
necessarily
that.
how I want to be treated, but how they
Yes.
want to be treated.
They remember that.
Yeah, it's just incredible. When I talk about this, sometimes I lose myself in thought process, thinking how many of these people and how much of this work that I do impacts lives of others.
Yes.
And design impacts lives of others
Absolutely.
in a positive way.
Absolutely.
I work with an organization called Dwell with Dignity. That was really my
Yes.
first industry organization besides DIFA, which I also worked with, was on their board. But Dwell with Dignity brought me to a place where I was
great.
able to see what these designers are doing to change the lives of so many people.
Yes.
So wonderful.
It really is. It's amazing to watch that. My life has been changed. Now I get to share that with people
Yeah.
who are wanting their lives to change. And I watch their lives and I watch how they are so that I can pick and choose those moments that I was there. Well, I understand
Yes.
that. And that puts me together with what's happening now.
I have a similar connection, with organization. Whenever we have that life change and the habit changes, and there's something about that warm sense of just togetherness that you have with that particular instance, and you feel like this weight has been lifted off of them, and just by giving, obviously we're being paid to organize, but
Correct.
when you have a true passion and you can see those transformations, it just warms your heart.
Well, I had the opportunity to work with Dwell with Dignity for 3 or 4 years. We did
Yeah.
projects with IDS for
So
them,
great.
and it's amazing. And it means a lot when it doesn't matter what industry you're in.
Right.
When you have the ability to share a true gift of yours with someone else and see them all of a
Right.
sudden literally open their eyes and see a new possibility. I mean, there's nothing like it.
And it's life-changing.
Whether you're helping a designer see market in a new way, whether you're
Yep.
changing somebody's personal life,
Yeah.
whether you're helping someone, see possibilities through organization of better functionality. I mean, it's so amazing, and
love that.
it charges all of us, I think,
Yeah.
because we're
Absolutely
all.
does.
And then
We
it
all share
deepens your
that.
passion, I think,
Yeah.
too, for
It fuels us. Yeah.
whatever it is that you're, truly passionate about. And it sounds like you have that.
I do.
I love that.
And it's things like, it's people like Nicole that when I watch what happens and when I see her come in and shop, when I see that she's comfortable walking in the door, when I see some of the people that have not really shopped at the market center and I get to show them around and show them how I see it, when they see it that way, all of a sudden they're thinking, oh, maybe this is something good.
Makes me want to go shopping.
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
Right?
a tangible example of that is what you did with the so I always say this wrong. I want to say IHFC.
HDC.
What is that?
It's the Interior Home and Design Center at the Dallas Market Center.
It used to be a
little over-
very
almost-
dark hall.
Yeah. It was the original
Oh.
furniture building. It was
Okay.
built in 1956.
Oh, dear.
Michael
57, I'm
resurrected
sorry.
it.
In 57,
Really?
opened in
So
57.
you give it a
yeah.
facelift.
Yeah, we did a facelift.
Oh,
and
Nice.
it was,
That's an
I was
understatement. It's
Okay.
bright,
so
it's beautiful.
proud.
Yeah.
It's got exterior entrances. It's so easy to come in.
That's
They've
so
hosted
cool.
lots of parties. So
Yeah.
hands off. I mean, hats off to you.
Thank you. I mean, it certainly wasn't me that did it, but
But
I
you
was
were
really,
instrumental.
really proud
Right.
to be a part of that team to build that center and change that from really a dark hole into a bright, shoppable place so the designers could drive up, walk in. Once they're in that building, they're comfortable. They can move about the 5,400,000 square feet
Sure.
of
Yeah.
this
That's
building.
because it is overwhelming for
It's
sure. So I can
big.
see where that would be helpful.
It's
Well, and
big.
he knew what we were looking for because of how entrenched he
Yeah.
is in the industry,
Gotcha.
and knew what was relevant, what would be relevant to designers. So
That is so neat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
really
cool.
does. And I mean, when I get feedback from interior designers, hey, I like this. Well, when am I going to get this? When is this company coming? Where can I
Right.
find this? I kind of concierge for the designers too.
yeah.
Sure.
So it's, I mean, if you need something special, then they call me and say, hey, I'm looking for a black vase, 4 foot tall. They need to have red veins. I mean, whatever it is they're looking for. I'm in the building so much.
Yeah.
That is so great because you know how much time that would save
Oh, I know.
somebody.
He's got
I
one
mean,
of the biggest
just-
hearts. I'm telling
That
you.
is so awesome. Yeah.
It's fun. I just have fun is
Yeah.
what I do. I have fun.
So what's next? What do you see on the horizon? As you said, you took a really fast trajectory with the Market Center to where you are now. You might need to rest a little bit.
Well, the
Just
holidays
kinda
are
settle
coming,
in.
so
I travel quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I do enjoy. And sometimes I want to just go home,
Yeah.
and sit on my sofa and do nothing. But I do travel. I travel all over the United States and to
so fun.
trade shows, to other markets, to conferences, those kinds of things. And I go in sometimes, and I'll go to retail stores and visit with retail stores, those people who have design designers in there, and a design program for that store. So I even go and do that, and I invite them and entice them to come to the Dallas Market Center.
That's great recruiting for sure.
Yeah, listen, that starts at the top. Yeah, Sandy Morris, our CEO and president, and Bill Windsor, our president emeritus, actually do that. And last year they spent an exorbitant amount of time on the road, talking to different retailers, trying to figure out what they're looking for. What can we do as a market center to do better for the designers, to do better for the retailers? What can we do to make that better?
Yeah.
And they came back with a lot of great information. I get that information too when I start traveling like that. I also get that information, bring that back, share that with our executive team. Yeah, they let me do what I want to do, so I try to work as well as I can, and as hard as I can, as smart as I can.
Yeah. Being efficient for, getting the feelers out what the designers are looking for. I think that's a great gift.
Thank you. I think my ultimate goal is what I see on the horizon is much of the same, helping create an even better space at the Market Center.
Yes.
Have somebody that can really be on staff to concierge all the time, because when I'm traveling, sometimes I don't get those.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that we are doing what we're supposed to do to make sure that the design community is coming, that they're happy, that we're giving them what they want. I see this to be this is my life, and this is what I love to do. Yes, I want to be up there, and I plan on moving up in the company, and I think there's a way to move up even further in the company. Hopefully they see that for me too.
I'm sure.
For sure.
It'd be hard to miss.
You sound like an amazing asset to have, and I think that just from processes and efficiencies, just in my organizer brain, seeing that, I think that I can just see that just such a great asset for sure.
Well, and speaking of giving back to the industry, some congratulations are in order. I don't know if you know this, but Michael is the new vice president of the IDS DFW chapter.
Yes, I just saw that.
Starting from 2019.
Really excited about it.
It's the first time we have ever had a vendor or industry partner, otherwise known as a non-designer, fill that role, and I am super excited for what you're going to do.
Yes.
You've got a fabulous team that you're part of, and it's just gonna. I think it's just gonna light you up even more. I think you're gonna have a ball.
When Linda called me, Linda Baker Design, when she called me and she said, "So what do you think? What do you think? Do you want to do that? Do you want to be on the board?" Like, well,
yeah.
I really did. I jumped at that
That's
chance.
so sweet.
I've been on other boards, but it's very difficult for me to maintain my presence on another board because I'm gone. I do travel a lot, and my work takes me all over.
Yeah,
so
all over.
What's great about this, in which I'm so honored, what's great about this is this goes right in line with what I do.
Absolutely.
In my day-to-day business.
Yeah.
So it allows me to help the community in a way that I've never been able to do that before.
That's such a gift.
From the inside of the interior design community, really getting in deep and working with, Lori Withy is our new president, Linda and Nicole. I'm telling you, if it weren't for them, I
know they work hard.
I probably would not be doing what I do.
An immediate ignition in our friendship when we met with Michael the first time, and it just propelled everything.
My friend Christy Hopper. I mean, come on, she's one of my very best friends in the whole entire world, and she shops that Market Center, so she helps me to get in.
Just feed information.
She works with ASID. I'm IDS, so it kind of brings everything together. I really love that part.
Well, I know we have just a couple minutes left, and I just want to say, thank you so much for being our guest on our 7th episode of Savvy, Wise, and Organized, and just any last minute, thoughts for us today.
Here's what I want to say and what I want to leave you guys with.
Okay.
I mean, kind of the whole goal here is getting what you want.
Sure.
If you are passionate about what you do, whether it's in the interior design community, whether it is organizing, whether it is designing or painting or contracting, if you enjoy what you do and you live what you do, it's not, your business is not who you are.
Right.
You are who you are, and that's how you are able to share yourself with the rest of the world.
Totally agree.
And that's what I take away from. That's how I get what I want. I get what I want because I'm happy about what I do.
And you're passionate
and
about helping people.
And that is what drives me to get the things that I want and do the things that I want to do in my life.
Yep.
Amen, brother.
Couldn't be more fitting for, it just couldn't be more fitting, and just our passions all align so much. And I'm so thankful that I've gotten to know you through IDS, and same with Nicole.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
It's just a growing community, and I'm just so happy that we're able to share it with all of you.
Yes.
And thank you, Michael, for being here.
Thank you,
Just
Tonia.
our mornings just go by so fast.
I know.
Yeah.
We've
so-
loved having you
But
here.
it's been my
It's been a
pleasure.
lot
I've
of
been
fun.
looking forward to this. Thank you for being flexible with my schedule.
Oh,
so I
absolutely.
really appreciate that a
We
lot.
totally understand. And, happy holidays to everybody. Thank you so much for
Yes.
tuning in. And we hope that you join us next Tuesday at 9:30 with Nicole and I with Savvy, Wise, and Organized.
See you
Thank
then.
you. Thanks.
Thanks for listening to Savvy, Wise, and Organized. To find out more about Tonia or how she can help you organize your space, visit her website at www.sortedout.com. To find out more about Nicole or how she can help you with your interior designs, visit her website at www.nainteriors.com. And if you want to hear more from Savvy, Wise, and Organized, subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcast platform. From all of us at Savvy, Wise, and Organized, thanks for listening.